So, we're back. Episode 4. This is probably the first episode where I have not really thought of a topic. I'm kind of just filming this one off the top of my head today. I got a lot of great feedback once again after the last one, which was awesome. You guys are truly the energy source that I need to continue to do these. I know I talked about originally about not really worrying about if people watch them or not, and I don't really care if you guys do or not. I love that you guys do, and I love that you guys are getting a lot out of them, because I am too. But honestly, I don't know what to film today. I don't know what the plan is for this video. I've been thinking a lot about a lot of different things, and I can't seem to put my finger on one specific topic. I've talked about your why, what motivates you, what should motivate you, and what your why should be. I've talked about solidarity, being comfortable with who you are and in your own skin. And I've even talked about parenting, my situation with my life, and how I treat every day dealing with being a dad. And today I don't know. I don't know what I want to talk about. I don't know exactly which direction I want to go with this one today. I could have put a poll up or asked you guys questions or something like that on Instagram, but sometimes I don't get much response because I feel like people are just going about their day, and it's fine. I do the same thing. And maybe that's what the topic should be about today. Living your life, living your truth, and being the most genuine and authentic version of yourself. I do my best to make sure I put my best foot forward, and being able to be 100% authentic every day. I do my best with that. I am very unapologetic with who I am as a person, and sometimes people don't really take too kindly to that, and it's fine. I don't expect people to be excited about being treated very bluntly and talked to very bluntly, because a lot of people like things sugar-coated, and a lot of people are used to being told everything that they want to hear. They're used to yes men and things of that nature. I'm not a yes man. My best friends can tell you that. I'm not a person that'll just tell you yes for everything. I have no problem telling you when I feel like you're wrong, or if I have to voice my opinion. I feel like it's very important to do that, to stay true to who you are and what you are as a person and as an individual, because that's what we all are. We're all our own individuals, and I feel like without that, individuality, we just become, stereotypes of the same person. And myself, I feel like I used to be a yes man. Growing up, I was trying to people please too much, and trying to be the person that people would come to because they knew that they could hear what they wanted to hear. I've learned over the years that that's not really a true friend, and that's not really what people should be hearing. If you're really trying to support someone and trying to be there for someone, how can you just lie to their face and just tell them what they want to hear when they're not right? Especially if you don't believe they're right. if you don't believe that another person is right, especially a friend or a best friend or family, you would enable a bad decision just because it might make them happy. Like, you have to know exactly what to say and when to say yes, but, you know, sometimes being the opposite or contrast viewpoint isn't a bad thing. I've learned that it's a good thing. And, you know, I'm not going to lie, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people that I've come across are not too fond of being told the opposite or being told the truth. And it's fine. I have no problem with, you know, being honest, because I would rather someone do that with me. You know, when it comes to anything in life, I would rather 100% transparency than smoke and mirrors. You know, I've thought about it a lot recently too. You know, over the years I've lost a lot of friends just because ideals that are different. And another siren. Haven't heard that in a while, but I apologize for the siren, guys, if you can hear it. Hopefully the mic is doing a good job at not picking it up as much. But yeah, I mean, I've lost a lot of friends because we've had different ideals and opinions, and it's fine. At first I was sad. I didn't want to lose them as friends. But I've realized that if they don't support my decision as well, then we don't need to be friends. You know, the couple friends that I do have now, I know that they have my best interest and I have their best interest. And no matter what it may be, whether it be telling them right from wrong or supporting them 100% because you do believe in them, you know when to do so. And I appreciate my best friends more than anything because of that, because they do exactly that. They have no problem telling me when I'm wrong, and they have no problem adjusting my opinion and telling me, like, yo, you're not right. Like, this is what should be. And I appreciate that so much. Like, especially because I'm usually alone all the time. You know, I'm pretty, like I said, I'm a hermit, as well as like my daughter. I guess you could say I'm pretty introverted when it comes to my personal life. Obviously, with work and business, I like to exert an extroverted personality because, you know, my job requires me to be, you know, engaging, and I like that. I like doing that. But I put all my effort into that time to be that way. That way, when I'm not that way, I don't need to be extroverted. I don't need to be surrounded by a ton of energy and a ton of stimulus. I like to kind of cut that back and be by myself, hang out with my kids, and not do much. You know, I don't go out even before the pandemic. I mean, I went out every so often, and there's nothing wrong with going out. You know, I love going out when I do. It wasn't something that I wanted to do all the time. And there's nothing wrong with people who do it and who enjoy it. Like, that's more power to you. That's something that you thrive off of. I fully support that. And that's part of like what I mean. Like, my friends now, they don't push me to do things that I'm not, you know, comfortable with or I feel like I need to do. They push me to be the best version of myself, and they don't enable me to be anything else. You know, I appreciate them so much for that. And, you know, that's why we're friends. You know, I've had groups of friends that love to go out, and I would try to go out as much as I could, but it just wasn't my cup of tea. And it's fine. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's not, you know, you can be totally fine if you enjoy staying at home, you know, watching Netflix or whatever you watch, or whatever you enjoy doing. So do it. Like, sometimes I'll just stay home and, you know, not even watch TV. I'm just chilling at home on the bed, doing nothing, maybe on my phone, maybe writing. I don't know. Changes every so often. Especially now, my days are pretty filled, so I like to really wind down when I'm at home. If I'm ever at home, I like to just chill. I don't want to be doing a bunch of things. Like if I'm up doing things. But if I'm sitting down or laying down, I'm not trying to do anything. I just want to chill and relax and take all the stimulus and cut it in half, if not more. Because for me, my battery is going so much all the time that's like my recharge. That's when I'm, at rest. And it's funny because a lot of people who know me don't know me. I know I don't get much sleep. I don't sleep much on a daily basis. And, I take naps. I do enjoy the good afternoon nap. Sometimes they're longer than others and sometimes they're quick. They're just like to recharge that battery. But other times I fully am just unconscious. And I love those naps because it just means that I needed it. My body needed the extra charge. And, some people say if you sleep too much or if you're always in bed or anything like that, it's a sign of depression. And, I can agree. I've had times where it's like that, where I just feel like I am just not in the right state of mind. I don't want to be out. I don't want to do anything. I just want to be in my bed and watch TV or turn the lights off and turn the TV off and just close my eyes. We all deal with our own things, and we all deal with them our own ways. I'm not going to lie and say I don't deal with anxiety and depression. I do. I deal with it thoroughly every day. It's tough. It's really tough. And most days I'm able to compartmentalize it and, just kind of push it away to the side and kind of focus on other things. And that's usually my goal. I try to preoccupy my mind with other things and, keep my thoughts in a singular lane and try not to worry about any deviation with that. But there are days where it is tough. It is really, really tough. But again, that comes with one of the previous topics, solidarity. I'm fine with being by myself and I'm fine with dealing with my problems by myself because I don't require anybody to fix me. I don't lean on someone to pick me up when the going gets tough. I know it's going to get tough and I acknowledge that, and I just do my absolute best to make sure that I can be there for myself. I can support myself 100%. If not, then I'll seek help. But I like to make sure that I can do it myself first. And there's nothing wrong with seeking help when you feel like you can't do it. We all feel like we can, get through anything we need to. It's within us to do that, but other times it is just too overwhelming. And then that's when it's time to ask for help. And I can do that as much as I need. I have no problem asking my friends for help, asking, a professional for help. There's nothing wrong with that. There shouldn't be any stigma. And I love that nowadays, therapy is so encouraged. That's amazing to me because for the longest time, people thought if you went to a therapist or you needed a therapist, you were crazy. And now I feel like it's crazy to not want to get help and not seek out a therapist when you need it. I mean, they're there for a reason. You know what I mean? They've been around for a long time for a reason. That job is not going anywhere. That's a profession that I should have got into myself. I feel like that's an amazing industry to be in. And, those people are so beneficial in society every day. And I'm thankful for the people who have helped me. They're there for a reason, guys. So if you ever need help, always reach out. And if you don't want to get professional help, reach out to a friend, reach out to family. They're there too. They might not be a professional, but they can help you get through things. So there are always avenues to get help. But, going back to, being by myself, I'm fine with it. I don't need anybody. I was thinking about it the other day, like when it comes to relationships too, like I know it's a touchy subject for some, and some people don't want to, talk about relationships openly, and whatever the case may be, I have no problem with it. I'm an open book. So I feel like when it comes to relationships, if you require someone there and you have that person there with you at all times, that's great. Like, but you also have to know if you're with another individual and that individual like needs you, you both need to rely on each other as well as one another. Like, you can't be there for that person if you can't be there for yourself first. So, my opinion has always been, if you can support yourself, you can support another person. Especially emotionally. Physically, most people can get physical relief and physical support, anywhere. But I feel like most of the time we require emotional support more than anything, and a lot of people can't get that even from their significant other, which sucks. And it pushes a lot of people away from relationships. And I know a lot of people who are single still because they don't trust, they don't believe in other people, they don't have faith in humanity, and that's totally fine. They are entitled to that feeling. They may be scarred, they may have trauma from a previous relationship or whatever the case may be. They're entitled to that feeling. I personally don't really feel like I need anybody. I know that, the want is there because no one wants to be alone for the rest of their life. And if you do, then that's a superpower. I feel like, companionship is a big part of your life. It's a part of our DNA. It's a part of our history. You want to create, a life for yourself and with another person. I've seen great relationships and I've seen really bad ones. I've been a part of great ones and I've been a part of really bad ones. But again, it's all case by case. It's all based on the person that you're engaging with. I feel like a lot of people now don't want to give anybody the time of day because of how they were treated by another person. And it sucks. I've dealt with that on the receiving end. Like, you get put in a box based on what another individual did to said individual. Nothing you can do about it. You could say, oh, I'm not the same, I'm different, I'm not that person. It's not up to you to feel or to say that. It's not up to you to change the other person's mind. It's up to them to be open to the idea of it. But if they're not, then that's on them. That's totally fine. It is so fine for that person to be okay with not wanting you in their life because of how they were treated before. Because uncertainty is going to be there no matter what, especially with a new person. I've learned that over time. You can't beg or ask someone to accept you if they're not willing to. That's just how life works. If they're not open to it, then you can't make them open to it. You can't force them to be open to the idea of you interjecting in their path. Like, if someone is in their own lane and you see that they're positive, and you see that they're doing good, like, why would you want to disrupt that? Like, you can try to be involved. If you have interest in a person, you can try to say, hey, I'm interested in you, I find you attractive, or whatever it may be that you want to be involved with this person for. There's nothing wrong with that, but you have to remember that at the end of the day, if this person isn't open to it, you can't force them to be open to it. Like, if they're happy in their lane, being by themselves and doing their own thing, like, you have to accept it, and just that would be more beneficial for you as a person to them than to be like, oh, you're just salty because of so and so, I'm not the same, like, you got to give me a chance. No, support it. Support them being happy in what they're doing. Like, you can give it a shot, and if there's no shot there, if it gets denied, it's not the end of the world, number one. But number two, it's like, support them. Be like, great, that's awesome. I'm glad you're going down that path. I support you. Keep shining. Keep glowing and growing. Like, I think that's awesome. Because if they don't need anybody else, why would you want to force yourself into there and maybe cause a riff in the waves? Like, that could just not be the person for you. It's totally fine. I've had instances where I've been interested in somebody and, they don't need it. And it's, it may hurt in the moment, but it's like, okay, I'm still here. It's not the end of the world. People get treated worse every day, and all you got was, I wouldn't say rejected. I don't really like that word. You got told the truth. At the end of the day, that's what it is. And that's another thing. Like, I can't personally be upset at being told the truth when that's what I want. That's how I am. Like, that would be so hypocritical of me to be angry at someone for being honest when that's all I ever want. Just because it didn't work in my favor doesn't mean it's not the truth. It's not honesty. I probably would enjoy that more than to be led on or to be teased and, treated another way. If you don't want it, be honest. Tell me off the jump. I'm cool with it. I'm not going to press it. I'm not going to make it seem like I'm going to get you. I'm going to bag you. Nah, it's not about that. You got to want to see the person win. You got to want to support that person. And maybe one day they'll be open to it. Maybe one day they'll be accepting of a person like you. Maybe one day they'll be accepting of another person. But again, it's not up to you. Just because you're ready for a relationship doesn't mean everybody is, or the person you want is. Another reason, I feel that it kind of doesn't work out for me all the time is, the fact that I am a dad. I can't be mad at that. Like, it's happened a couple times. Well, more than a couple times, to be honest, but I have no problem with it. People don't want to give someone in my situation a chance because they just don't feel ready for that position. Okay. Again, it's on them. It's not up to me. Like, it sucks. I'm not going to lie and say, oh, it doesn't hurt. It does. But would it hurt more to continue to pursue and be pushed away than to just accept it and be like, okay, well, this is my life. Someone will accept it for who I am. When it happens, it's going to be awesome. You're going to be happy you took the time and waited and, figured yourself out and then found the person, rather than just forcing your way into someone's life when they're not ready either. It's, like I said, it's happened a lot in my life. I'm not going to lie and say it hasn't. I'm not going to lie and say, it's all because of me. And it's like, they haven't given me a chance, yeah. But again, it's not up to me. It's not up to me to force them to give me a chance. As much as I would like one, as much as I would wish that it would work out, I am who I am and I come with what I come with. I'm not going to change that for anybody. I'm not going to change my past. I'm not going to hide anything. Like, that ain't for me. So, if it doesn't end up working out ever for me, so be it. So be it. I have no problem with it at all. I'll be 100% honest with you guys. I truly don't mind being by myself. It may get tough, but life isn't easy. I've made it this far. can make it another couple years, and soon it'll just be a part of life, just being by myself, being self-sufficient, being self-supportive. Like, there's nothing wrong with it, you know? And I feel like a lot of people are afraid of that. A lot of people are trying to force themselves into a relationship at all times, or to be with someone because they see people with their significant others and they wish it could be them. And you always see all these, oh, such goals, that's goals, your goals, you two are goals. It's like, is your goal to be with that person, or is your goal to find that happiness? You don't have to be with a person to find that happiness. Those two people that you say are goals are happy because they're in a position that makes them happy. They wouldn't be in that position if they weren't happy before. Like, one individual can't always change your life around. It doesn't work like that. Like, they may help with it, but you are in control of your life. No one's going to steer you in the path that's going to lead you to that happiness. You know, I've thought a lot about my personal situation when it comes to relationships and when it comes to companionship even. Like, I struggle with wanting to know exactly what would work best for me. But at the same time, I can't really worry about it, because if I do, it's just going to waste time from my everyday life. It's just going to waste time from what I need to be doing. You know, people always say, oh, it'll happen when it happens. And that's okay. If that's what happens, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And I'm fine with that, because that means that was what was planned for me. That was my path. You know, and I think growing up, I always wanted to be in relationships and wished I could have been in relationships, but I never was. You know, I was Mr. Friendzone for the longest time. And it's funny to think now, because like, I think about that time back then and how I felt in those moments and those situations, and like, I'm so thankful for those moments, because I feel like I've learned so much from that time, you know, and I've grown a lot since then. It's humbled me a lot too. Those instances have humbled me a lot, especially when it comes to relationships, because it's like, maybe that's another reason why I feel the way I do. It's because I was for so long just by myself. I didn't have anybody. So why do I need anybody now if I've made it this far? You know? And it's funny because like, people are always like, oh, well, you want to start a family eventually. It's like, well, I already did that. I have a family now. I have my daughters, my beautiful daughters, and if I'm never blessed with another child or children, I have them. And they will always be enough for me. But again, that means I don't need anybody else. If I have them, I'm good. If they're happy, I'm good. And I mean that wholeheartedly. Like, my goal at the end of the day is for them to be happy. You know, obviously I want to be happy too, but I can find my own happiness. Right now they can't. They're still young and figuring life out, and I need to help with that. So if another individual doesn't want to help me with that, or even just support me, I don't need help with that. Like, their mom and I, we are their parents. We do a great job at being their parents. We've got the parenting situation taken care of. Like, I feel like that's another reason why people are afraid to be with another parent or a single parent, because they don't want to deal with the baby mama drama, or they don't want a step parent. They don't want to be a step parent. And it's like, who's to say you are? Who's to say you're going to be in my child's life like that? What if I just want you there for me? What if that person just needs you there to support them? Because they can take care of their kids. They've done it so far. What makes you think they can't now? They're not coming to you saying, hey, I find you attractive. Can you be my child's stepmom or stepdad? No. That has nothing to do with why they want you. They want you because they want you. And I feel like a lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people don't realize that, like, it doesn't have to do with the entire life. It has to do with that person. Like, you're speaking for yourself. You're not speaking for anybody else or any other situation. Otherwise, you would say it. Like, I don't need anybody to be a step parent to my kids. That situation is taken care of. I can promise you that. That is locked down. We're good there. We're good there. We also have great support from my mom, her parents, my grandparents, her grandparents. We have great support. We don't need anybody else. We're good. We will figure it out. You know, she's got her own relationship and I support it. Like, he's an awesome dude. I swear. Like, I'm so blessed to know that, like, my kids have another positive male role model in their life, along with their grandfather too. Like, her dad's a good role model to them, and her boyfriend is a great role model to them too. He's a good dude. Like, it's so cool to say that. Like, you know, as a dad, you never want your kid to be raised by anybody else, but it's 2021. Times are different. You know, I had a stepdad. Everyone has their own situation, and my kids are young enough to still be able to, like, not truly understand the situation yet. They know I'm their dad, and they know he is he. But when it comes to parenting, they know mommy is mommy, daddy's daddy. That's it. But I also know deep down, like, at the end of the day, he has their best interest as well. When I'm not there, I know he's going to take care of them. So I'm so thankful for that. I can't tell you guys how amazing that feels to know that wholeheartedly. And as a father, that's all you wish, that's all you want, to know that your kids are always protected and always safe whenever you're not around. You know, I know no one will take care of my kids better than me, but I know when I'm not around, he's going to do the same thing. It's an extension of me. And I'm blessed to be in that position. You know, she didn't ask for a relationship with him to help parent her child or her children. She wanted someone there for her. She needed a companion. Now he is a part of all of our lives, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for him. You know, we joke around, her and I, and say, like, well, now it's your turn. And I'm like, maybe not. I tell her I'm not worried about it. For the longest time I was, and she knew that. She knew I was looking for love or anything it may be. She supported it. She wanted me to be happy. She still does. She still wants me to be happy. She knows, like, you know, she's known me for X amount of years. Like, she wants me to be happy, and I wanted her to be happy. That's why I'm happy she's in the situation she's in. But, you know, conversely, it's like, I can be happy myself. I just think she feels like it can only last so long, you know, and it's true. You know, there are times where it gets tough, and she knows that. You know, she knows me pretty well. She knows me better than a lot of people do. So, you know, like I said, if it's my time, it's my time. If it's not, it's not. It's not the end of the world. My life will still go on. I will still be the parent to my children, and that won't ever change. If my relationship status changes, great. But it's my relationship status. It's not my parenting status. It's not my life status. It's just that one individual, singular part of my life. You know? I feel like with the person I am, I'm not the type of person that needs anybody. You know, like I said before. It's nice to have somebody there, and I would love to have somebody there, but It's not a necessity. It's not a requirement in my life. I require a lot of things, but that's not one of them. Most of my requirements are very simple. I'm a very simple individual. I don't like a lot of flashy things. I don't like a lot of, I'm very low maintenance. I need food at all times. I need fitness. I need faith in life, in a higher power. My family is part of that too, I don't need a lot. I can create a lot of things for myself as well. I feel like a lot of people don't have that either. If they want something, they don't know how to get it. I do. If I want something, I'll go get it. Somehow, some way, I'll figure it out. Some people will say, well, why don't you find a girlfriend? Why don't you find a relationship? It's not what I need right now. If I get one, great. Amazing. That would just be a cherry on top to life. But if your sole purpose or your current focus is a relationship, I feel like a lot of other things in your life are missing out. And neglection on a lot of things, more important things in life, that's more detrimental than anything. So, as funny as it is to come up with a topic for this video, I feel like we did come up with one, but I feel like it's kind of encompassing. It's very encompassing, this video itself. People have a difficult time trying to figure out life, navigate life. Everyone says they live it day by day, and it's true. You should. If you have a lot of things figured out, that's awesome. I want you to succeed. I want all the people in my life to succeed. If I have any relationship with you at all, I want you to do well. I want you to succeed. I will support you 100%. Anytime I see a friend of mine on Instagram or social media doing something good or doing what they want to do, or just in the spotlight, doing something great, phenomenal, I will always message them and support them. I'm so proud of everybody in my life that I've come across that are doing things that they want to do and doing things in a positive light. That makes me happy. That gives me hope. I've got a lot of things coming up in my life that I have going for myself that I'm trying to get in motion. And this podcast was one of them, and I'm doing it, which is great. It seems to be doing well, and I'm going to continue to do that. But there are other things coming up too that are going to be a big part of my life and change the trajectory of what I do and how I operate. So, we'll see how that goes. Time will tell, and I'm not worried about it right now. I'm taking things as they come, handling things as they are given to me, and when I cross the bridge of whatever I need to get done next, I will do that. But until then, the goal is always the same. Keep things, simple and succeed at everything you do. And if you don't succeed, try again tomorrow, and try again and try again and try again until you do succeed. Things will fall into place eventually, and they always do. The universe has a way of working itself out, and I fully agree with that. There's no right or wrong. People always say, oh, it didn't turn out my way. Well, that's just how things were supposed to go. Doesn't mean it's the end of the world. That's just how that situation was supposed to go. Maybe it's going to open up another door for you. Maybe you're going to get 1,000 doors slammed in your face until the one that does opens up. But that's how it was supposed to work out. That's how it was supposed to be. That's truly what I believe in every day. whether it be my situations with relationships or with work or with my kids. Things are working out the way they're supposed to be working out. And I'm not worried about how, when, where, why. I'm just rolling with the punches and rolling through life, playing with the cards I'm dealt, and just trying to be able to not lose at any point. Again, it's not about wins and losses, it's about lessons. Are you learning from your downfalls and your trials? Are you growing from them? Are you taking your victories and your wins and making a positive shift out of them? Celebrate when you win. Don't celebrate when you win every time, because then you're going to forget about what a real victory is, You want to be able to know when it's time to sit back and relax and enjoy the fruits of your labor. But until then, keep working hard, keep striving to be the best version of yourself, because at the end of the day, if you're not being 100% you all the time, you're not winning. Strive to be the best version of yourself every day. Strive to be 100% genuine with people that you meet and you encounter. Don't let another day go by and keep a mask on. Be unapologetically you, and I promise you, everything will work out. Things will be good if you do that. You want to be able to close your eyes and go to bed every night knowing I was 100% me. I wasn't trying to be anybody else. I wasn't trying to people please. I wasn't trying to act a certain way for somebody. I was me. I promise you, things will work out. They always do. And if you ever needed a reminder of that, just holler at me. I ain't going nowhere. So, thank you guys for watching this episode of the Pep Talk Pod. Still working things out. It's tough by myself, but I'm figuring things out the best I can. Let me know if you guys would want a theme song. I'm trying to think of maybe I'd do like an intro song. Figuring that out. Let me know. I'll figure that out. I will be putting a poll, I think, or a questionnaire thing on my Instagram to see what topics you guys want to hear next. I like doing these raw ones, just kind of keeping it 100 with you guys every so often. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe, tell your people to subscribe. Like, it really does, help the channel out, to just reach more people. Because ultimately that's the goal. We want to reach as many people as we can and help as many people as we can. But, yeah, follow me on Instagram. I'll put everything in the description as well. I thank you guys every single day for tuning in. I know you guys don't have to do that, but you do. And it means a lot to me that you do. Like, and you watch the whole video, and even if you just listen to it, like, that's so dope to me. Like, you guys are awesome. Honestly, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to love yourselves, love each other, and just be good people. Be you. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Whatever topic it may be, we will see when it happens. But I love you guys. Continue to stay positive. Things will work itself out, I promise you. Have a good one, guys.